what is required to be on tap in your liver, stored in your liver at all times, are key micronutrients to support in phase 1 and phase 2 of this detoxification. So these are things like B vitamins, vitamin C, selenium, glutathione. I want to focus in a little bit on selenium and glutathione because they're kind of fun. So how many of you remember the whole story of like the sperm and the egg, and when they come together, it makes a life, da da da? Okay. Do you know why that happens? This is so cool. I mean, this is a little off topic, but everybody needs to know. It's selenium and glutathione. It actually is such an important chemical catalytic reaction. Selenium is stored in the sperm in high concentration. Glutathione in the egg in high concentration. When they come together, it's the selenium and the glutathione that react in a catalytic way that starts the cell dividing. Isn't that so amazing? And it's because of what you were eating. You cannot supplement as effectively with selenium and glutathione versus other supplements. Like we know vitamin C supplements are recognized by the body. Glutathione, we haven't been able to manufacture a synthetic form that's bioavailable. You have to eat it. And if it's not present in adequate supply for your liver and you're noticing little breakouts, what's happening with your egg quality? Right? So we're thinking about preserving our fertility for the long term. We have to be thinking about all the ways in which this is interconnected. Do you understand? So how do we get glutathione? How do we get selenium? Selenium's easy. 2 to 4 Brazil nuts a day, you're set. That's rich supply of selenium. This is good for your partners if they're men and they're working on sperm quality, motility, health, whatever. Great to have them be eating Brazil nuts. Glutathione, lucky us, is found in every organic raw fruit and vegetable. It's in everything. So if you were to have something like 1 green juice a day at any point, doesn't have to be during a fast or anything, or some steamed or raw veggies, or some good quality fruits, right? You're going to be dosing yourself with this essential micronutrient that not only is talking about preserving egg quality, but also helping your liver do its job. Because if we don't have adequate supply, remember in phase 1 it breaks the hormones down into a more toxic form, that ends up circulating in your body if it's not broken down properly. And it can make your liver less perform inappropriately, right? And have you store more sugar as fat in the liver and not break down hormones the way that you want. So it's so important to eat for all these organs. I know it might seem overwhelming, but trust me, it's so easy once you put it all together. Okay, so I want to kind of go into the last piece of the protocol here, and then I'm going to open it up to some questions. The really interesting thing that I found when I was doing all of my research in functional medicine and nutritional genomics and looking at all sorts of interesting things like chronobiology, which is the study of the circadian patterns of different organ systems in the body, is that I thought, wow, isn't it interesting that no one is looking at the pattern of the menstrual cycle and mapping food onto that? Because we can map, for example, the adrenals really love salt in the morning, really don't like it at night. Right? They like potassium at night. So drinking a little coconut water at the end of the day can be a way to help your adrenals release and relax from a cortisol overdose, right? So there's food that maps onto our different organ circadian patterns, but no one was looking at that for the cycle. So this is my big contribution, is how do we eat to be in cyclical harmony? Because the reality is, and I just want to break down, you have these 4 phases in case you didn't know, because most of us know the obvious one, the menses, and we might know the PMS, but we don't know what that's called. It's called the luteal phase, but let's go in order. Starts with the follicular phase, okay? Eggs developing, multiple little cysts on the level of the ovary, okay? Then you move into the ovulatory phase. One of the eggs leaves the ovary, boom, boom, and then we're in the luteal phase. There's 2 distinct parts to the luteal phase, which I'll show you in a moment, and then of course there's the menses. Those are your 4 phases. Happens to you whether you're observing them or not, but I'd like for you to be able to start observing them in real time, because most of us don't know. How many of you know when you're ovulating? Yeah, like 2% of you, okay. And how many of you know, most of us only know when